AI and content creation for gyms. Is it even a thing, or is the Matrix still a few years away? I'm Mike Warkentin, and I'm going to tell you the answer to that in this edition of Run a Profitable Gym. I'm going to give you my thoughts as a media guy and a gym owner, and then I'm going to bring in Chris Cooper, who's going to tell his story to seal the deal. All that's coming. Please subscribe for more episodes. Please go down there and leave a comment. I'd love to know your opinion too. Are you using AI at your gym? Do you plan to? Leave a comment, hit subscribe. Now, AI took a big leap forward recently with ChatGPT. So can this thing create all your gym's content now? Here's the answer. You can definitely use a chatbot to create this article, how to perform a deadlift safely. Or you can get it to do this, write ad copy to sell personal training to a 30-year-old who's interested in sports. Want to be faster on the ice? Here's how you do it. So far, so good, right? All that stuff right in the realm of a bot. Now, think of it like the self-checkout line at a grocery store. It works pretty well. You scan your thing, you put your card in, out the door, no problems. But in a micro gym, a coaching business, your service is based on relationships with the right people. I have no doubt that the right person would have no problem working with an AI coach for at-home, on-demand workouts. That's cool, right? But that person is not the right person for your specific business. Your clients, the ones who are perfect for your gym, your coaches, your facility, they want your expertise and your care, all the stuff that goes into a great relationship. They don't want to talk to a mirror that's going to tell them to squat deeper. They want you to tell them how it's going to help them accomplish their goals. They need you for that. So think about it. The grocery store automated checkout works just fine. But how can you solve specific issues with, say, the virtual assistant at your bank? I hesitate to even mention it because I hate that thing more than I hate just about anything else. I regularly end up screaming at the bank bot who just can't solve my problem, either because it's weird or it's a specific thing and it can't understand me. But I'm just like, operator, hitting the number one button over and over again, trying to get to some sort of situation where I can speak to a real person who can actually help me with my problem. A lot of times the bot just hangs up on me, doesn't understand, and moves on. And that's infuriating. Guess what? That sours my relationship with the bank big time. I hate that bot. Do you want that bot representing your coaching business? So apply that principle, the bot story, to service business. You want relationships with people. And yes, you can automate some elements of that relationship. They can automatically get a payment reminder. They can just go and put their credit card in, and then they'll get an automated receipt. Pretty easy. We all do that. You can even automate nurturing sequences that kind of sound like real people. And a lot of us do that. Still, real person is better, but we don't have time for that. You can automate those sequences. You can even publish generic blogs on fitness topics if you really want. How to squat below parallel, right? You can do that stuff. And I'm saying this, publishing something is better than publishing nothing, even if your bot article is kind of the same as the gym next door's bot article, because you know that's going to happen, right? Same deal. Generic social media posts about finding your inner fire and slaying dragons and getting after it on the daily, those are better than nothing. But what about branding your unique business? What about talking with a client and finding the deep emotional reasons why that person wants to lose weight? What about telling that client a story about you helped someone just like that person lose weight? What about putting together a plan for that client and then building up trust as you execute it and move forward? What about building brand authority and trust by explaining how you've helped hundreds of real people accomplish personal goals over the years? None of that sounds like bot work, right? And I'd wager that the people who will become your best clients aren't going to be hooked by generic how-to deadlift blogs. You know what's the most marketable piece of content these days? And our marketing experts tell me this: testimonials by real people and stories about real people. Marketers call this stuff social proof, and it's gold. That's why it's on the best gym websites. You go there, you see real clients saying, here's how this business helped me accomplish this goal. A prospective client sees that and says, that person's just like me. I have the same problem. This gym can help me solve it. How is a bot going to create that? I bet it could. You could create a fictional person who writes a glowing testimonial for your gym, but that sounds pretty shady, right? It kind of sounds like buying Instagram followers who post non sequitur comments and endless fire emojis. This post make feel good, right? You see them all the time. Below, you'll see a post and you'll see all this just ridiculous stuff from bots. And you can tell when someone's bought 100,000 followers because their comments are just gibberish, right? You know that that's out there. Do you want to do the same thing for your gym? I wouldn't. Remember this, as a micro gym owner, you need personal relationships with about 150 clients to make $100,000 a year. So if you're selling relationships and coaching, I'd caution you against going iRobot and ditching the stories that make your business unique and appealing to prospective clients, your perfect clients, the ones who want you and not a bot. We've got a 3-part series about AI over on the Two Brain blog. It's running from January 16th to 18th. Check it out for more detail. Now, before I bring in Chris Cooper, here's the summary. AI is good for this, saving time and adding volume when you need generic copy like ads, maybe social media posts, reducing the costs associated with producing that volume, whether it's time or money, fulfilling roles in a carefully optimized, stress-tested, human-monitored system. You can't let the bots take over your business. You are a service business. You need to manage the system and use bots strategically. Here's what AI can't do. It can't create the system, it can't optimize it, and it can't ensure that it works properly. It can't break through all the other AI content to build your audience. It's just going to create the same AI content as the other AI bot. It can't make and maintain real connections for you. And that is the heart and soul of a coaching business, a micro gym. It also can't tell your unique story. That's the most essential thing about building a business, your unique story. So with that in mind, here's a unique story from Chris Cooper, Two Brain business founder. He went from struggling gym owner to CEO of a huge mentorship company. How did he do it? By telling his story. Here's Chris.
What about using artificial intelligence to produce content? Well, content production pivots on two things, quantity and quality. Right now, quantity is still more important than quality. So there's this very short window in time where publishing a lot of pretty good content will have a huge effect on your business. Even if Google eventually finds a way to downplay AI-generated content, the stuff that you produce right now won't disappear. AI is really good at creating B-plus level content. Soon everyone in the world will be able to produce pretty good content very quickly. And if you can't keep up to that, you might actually become irrelevant on search. However, AI can't tell stories. It can't sing or perform. It can't get to know your clients. It can't do art. AI has no emotional intelligence. Think about the mass-produced paintings that you see at Walmart. They're okay, right? Like they're good enough to hang up in a hotel room, but they're not art. They're an industrial product. Nobody takes their third grade class to look at the paintings at Walmart. So your best option over time is to refine your art, level up to an A grade, and become something that people seek instead of something that sits on their wall and they don't want to think about again. You need to move from quantity to quality. Now, if you can't do it yourself, that's okay. I produced a lot of C+ quality content for years, and eventually I got up to maybe a B level of quality, but I could really pump out the quantity. I published every single day. In 2018, I realized that other people were pumping out just as much quantity as I was, but they were doing it on YouTube or podcasts. So I could either follow them to a platform that seemed unnatural to me, or I could focus on taking my content from a B level to an A level. So I hired Mike Warkentin, who had been the editor-in-chief at CrossFit for a decade. It felt like a big investment for a potentially small return, just making our content better. But long term, that was one of the best investments I ever made, and I don't say that lightly. Because now our free content is better than anybody else's paid content. AI can't compete with us. Nobody wants to read a generic blog post when a great story with specific tactics is available. We also create and publish A+ level content for our clients in Two Brain Business to use themselves. As AI evolves to produce deep-faked podcasts and videos, content producers in those media will have to evolve in the same way that bloggers are evolving right now. That won't be far in the future. But for now, quantity still wins the game. And so if you need to use AI to develop the publishing habit or just start getting some stuff out there, by all means do it. Just don't expect to rely on it forever.
There you have it. Bots can do some things, but they aren't the answer to every single problem. Thanks for tuning in. This is Run a Profitable Gym. We're here twice a week with everything you need to create and grow a profitable fitness business. Before you go, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a show. Thanks.